What's good? It's your boy Demond in the building, man. We talk Hawks TV. We talk Hawks daily. Gonna talk some Trae Young. I want to I want to play off some of what Ryen Russillo said about Trae Young. Let's discuss it. Roll the intro.
Bro, my shit ice cold, Trae And you know I wear my heart on my sleeve. You hitting all the reads. Pack your shit like you finna leave. I go and hide your keys. Put you in position to win. Bless you without a sneeze. Bust you down in all the VV. That we was getting cheap. Overplay my part, I can't breathe. I feel the pain in my lungs. I thought we really was one. My heart cold like Trae Young. Overplay my part, I can't breathe. I feel the pain in my lungs. I thought we really was one. My heart cold like Trae Young. Shit ice cold, Trae Young.
What's good? It's your boy Demond in the building, man. We talk Hawks daily. Y'all know what time it is, man. Here to talk some Trae Young, man. Saw this on was watching this Ryen Russillo podcast on his show, talking about Trae Young. Let's see what he's saying, shall we? Let's see here.
Points and everything are cool, but this is not winning basketball. This is not going to be a long-term solution, but it was a short-term solution because he was such a fan favorite and everybody was so excited about it. And ownership, I think, is still a little on board. I'm like, are we sure we want to move like our star attraction? And if you want to win a basketball at this point, you have to move on. I don't even know if anybody's even debating this thing anymore. So I asked somebody in the NBA, we'll do this every week on this. I said, just give me a kind of breakdown of the Trae Young trade market. So, quote, it's hard to think of a team that's trying to win this season that Trae would help, especially once you factor in what that team would be losing from the players they would have to send back as matching salary. He doesn't defend. He doesn't rebound. Guys hate playing with him.
All right. Y'all heard what he reported from another anonymous NBA executive, right? Here's the deal. They say Trae Young doesn't play winning basketball, right? And he is talking about back when we first got Trae, he was going off, averaging 28, 25, 27, the 9, 10, 11 assists. But a lot of people like to say that he doesn't play winning basketball. My response to that is, have the media or these NBA executives, have they that don't work for the Hawks, have they ever done a deep dive and look at the roster that we've put around Trae Young? Name me an all-star caliber player that's played with Trae Young in Atlanta in their prime. I'll wait. See, this is what I don't understand. Like, they say he don't play winning basketball. It's the reason why he had to put up those numbers. It's the reason why he had to take those shots. One, because he was our franchise centerpiece, and you give those guys, those opportunities to develop. But let's fast forward. Year 3, year 4, year 5. Where are these all-star caliber players in their prime? You had DeJounte Murray, but guess what? You didn't have the other pieces around them. Okay. Also, you overpaid for DeJounte Murray. Also, that was a decision made by not the front office, but ownership. Ownership son, who gave up all those assets to get DeJounte Murray, which turned out not to be a good move. So It's funny how Trae Young, how the Atlanta Hawks have not put together a real roster around Trae Young, and they say he doesn't play winning basketball. Okay, you fast forward. Also, another thing that Ryan said was, and I told y'all about this. I've been telling you, I think I said it as recent as yesterday, I think. Ryan also spoke on ownership being a fan favorite. What have I been telling y'all, Hawks Nation? You will not trade Trae Young unless Tony Wrestler signs off on it. Let's keep it 100. Because Tony Wrestler, what do we know about Tony Wrestler? He is a businessman. He's a billionaire. So we know he values, when he owns a business, making money. He knows that this money we gave Trae Young on that max contract, he's made that money back tenfold. Jersey sales, merch, season ticket sales. He probably made that money back 2-3 years. Shoot, he made the money before, because when Trae Young was on that rookie contract as the 5th pick, we made plenty money. He made plenty money. Jerseys, tickets, attendance, playoffs, Christmas game. He made that money back, right? What I don't buy is this, and I will never understand it. Ryan said that the executive said players don't want to play with Trae Young. I don't buy that, right? But I'm an entertainer. Say it's true. If that's true, you know who fault that is? That's the Atlanta Hawks' fault. That's ownership's fault. Because what I've always said about the Atlanta Hawks is the biggest difference between the Miami Heat and the Atlanta Hawks when it comes to front office work and ownership is that Miami Heat, Eric Spoelstra, Pat Riley, the owner of the Heat, Mickey Arison, I think I said it wrong. I know it's Mickey something. The owner, those 3 people, they ride and die together. Okay? Remember when LeBron tried to get Eric Spoelstra fired? What did Pat Riley say? You don't run nothing over here, dog. You gonna fall in line just like the rest of the other players. This is we pay you to do this. We get paid to do this. Let's everybody stay in a role. The Hawks did not do that. Okay? They allowed, and I'm gonna just go off a little rumor right here. Say that Trae Young is a diva. That's ownership fault. Ownership should have checked that from day one. But since they sided with Trae, right, like over Lloyd Pierce, now you got rumors like this going around. Okay? I mean, I haven't heard nobody say they don't want to play with Trae Young. I mean, go watch Porzingis interview when they asked him about playing with Trae Young. I haven't heard a player say nothing negative about Trae Young to the fact that to where a player's like, I don't want to play with this guy. I've never heard it. Now, obviously, I'm just a fan. Okay. I'm not saying that the NBA executive is lying. But what I will say is, where's the proof to back that up? Especially a claim like that, because a claim like that really affects how the Hawks can operate in free agency. Because if that was true, that people don't want to play with Trae Young, then the Hawks got to reevaluate what we got going on and how we're going to go on forward. Right? So, I mean, I don't believe that. But like I said, I'm just a fan. I'm not an insider. Hey, let's play some more and see what else they said real quick.
I asked if there was any understanding of the price. Quote, I have no idea. And essentially just kind of paraphrasing everything here, where it's like he sells tickets, he sells jerseys, ownership may be more open to it. But again, I think there's a hurdle there.
Once again, if you notice, the Trae Young stuff is coming down to money, but it's coming down to money when what didn't I tell y'all that already though? Did I not say if you are the general manager and you want to move on from Trae Young, you have to convince Tony Wrestler why why does moving on from Trae Young make sense on the court and off the court? That's what you got to explain to him. Because if I'm a billionaire, and you come to me and say, Devon, I want to trade your cash cow, I'm the first thing out my mouth is, well, how we gonna replace my cash cow with what, and how we gonna do that? You feel me? So then also when it comes to Trae Young's trade value, what have I been telling y'all, man? If listen, what did I say? I said I don't believe that there is a market out there, that there's a team out there that will give Trae Young max money for him not to opt in this final year of his contract. I don't believe it's a team out there that's going to give him max money. I believe Trae Young will opt in, and I believe that the Hawks are going to retool and try to make a run next year, if this year don't go how they want it to go. Okay. If I'm Trae Young, okay, I will bet on myself before I take a deal somewhere like Sacramento, where it's just a cluster. I can't even say that up here. That's an Army term. Where it's a disaster. They just got rid of Fox. If I'm Trae Young, they offer me that money, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'd rather opt in with Atlanta and run it back and bet on myself. Now, is it a gamble? Yes, but guess what? You get paid when you get paid off winning. Okay, you get paid off winning. That's just me. That's what I would do. I'm not going to do a team like the Kings could give me 5 years. Well, they can't give them, but they could give me something like 4 years. I don't know, 200, 220, whatever, something. But what you got to factor in is, look at the track record of the Kings. You ain't gonna win over there. At least in Atlanta, if you opt in and you bet on yourself, you got a better chance at winning, because you're going to be back playing with familiar players. You already know who's going to be on the roster. You already know who can do what. And then if I'm Trae, right? Because let's be honest, he has numbers. He's a career 25-9 guy over 8 years. He has the numbers. He just doesn't have the winning. If I'm Trae, right, and I opt in, and we make a good run next year, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do a Brunson. I'm gonna take a pay cut and opt back in with the Hawks. Excuse me, and re-sign with the Hawks and try to put together multiple winning seasons. Because that's what will get Trae Young in the Hall of Fame. He doesn't have the winning to support his numbers, right? But as you saw back in the day, you saw a guy like Steve Nash really didn't have the numbers, right? Even it was like 19 and 12. Nothing crazy back then, because Cass was averaging like 30. But he had those numbers, but he had the winning to support. That's why he won them MVPs. Even though some MVP up for debate with Kobe, but y'all see where I'm going with this. You feel me? So, like I said, if I'm Trae, it's not. I told y'all, man, these second aprons and first apron penalties is really doing their job. They got executives, they got general managers having to think before they make these moves, because people just not taking on bad contracts just to do it. You feel me? Do I believe Trae Young is a bad contract if he opts in at 54 million? No, because what I do, and like I'm trying to explain to the fellow Hawk fans, you don't have to look at Trae Young as the number one guy. You don't have to look at Trae Young as we have to build around him. No. But what you can do is look at a 25-9 guy, elite playmaking, elite vision, and say he's a major piece of what we're trying to do. Because what do we know? I'm going to say it again because I said it a million times. You need more than one guy. And even if you want to build around Jalen Johnson, you still need another guy. And guess what? You got a guy in Trae Young who's NBA proven, an NBA proven elite point guard. And y'all want to trade that for what? And then have what? Who gonna be your point guard? Now you down an elite point guard with a regular guy. Does that make sense? No. Y'all see where I'm going. So salute to Ryen Russillo using that clip right there. Love, I appreciate it. We had to use that clip. Make sure y'all go check out his channel, Big Time NBA Insider. You feel me? And it's your boy, man. Comment, like, subscribe to the video, man. More Hawks talk coming your way. You feel me? It's real Hawk fans over here on We Talk Hawks TV, man. We ain't no fugazi Hawk fans over here. Let me tell you something. Ain't no such thing as a fugazi Hawk fan because we ain't won nothing. So when you ride with this organization, you a real rider when you ride with us. You feel me? But it's your boy. Comment, like, subscribe. Tell me what you think about the video. And I'm outie. Peace.
I keep that shit on me. That shit on, yeah. I keep that shit on. The telephone racks for the drip on me. Keep that shit on. Blowing on the Zion, sipping lean. I keep that shit on. Bad bitches recognize me. I keep this shit on, yeah. I keep that shit on.